Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Punishing Dumbass Openings. This one is a submission from my man A. Travis B. This is his Lichess username. Trav, he has submitted this one. It's a beauty. Now, this is an opening that I have covered before. I've done an opening on this in the past. But if you are an E4 player, then it is not a bad thing to refresh your memory on how to punish this dumbass opening. Right, so we start with e45. So currently, no dumbassery to be seen anywhere. We play knight f3. We have the white pieces, by the way. And our opponent plays pawn to f6. This is the Damiano defense. And almost anything that white does here is better for white. Okay? Literally the best odds, and I've got this, let me tell you, I've got this set to 1000 to 1600 Lichess. So these players are both just like 1500, which is the equivalent of maybe about 1200 on chess.com. So we're looking at kind of the breakthrough level, 800 to 1200 kind of chess.com, where a lot of players are. And for some reason, this move is played. How popular is it? F6? 1.8% of the time. There's a lot of dumbasses out there, guys. Anyway, this already takes us into dumbass opening territory. However, you've got to know how to punish it hard. I mean, we are talking big, ugly strap-on without lube. That's how badly we need to punish this, right? So, the most popular moves, bishop c4, okay? Let's work through this, because honestly, there's not actually a lot of a game to show you. More than one in three games, white plays this. Nothing wrong with that at all. White goes on to win 61% of the time. Well, let's just back up one moment here. Why is it a dumbass opening? Well, you've created this diagonal towards the king, right? You've obstructed this knight. You've obstructed this queen. Okay? Yeah, you're defending this pawn, but you could defend the pawn with knight c6. You could defend the pawn with knight c6, as Levy would say. You know? What? Anyway, so it's a rotten move. Even f5, I bet you f5 does better than that in this position. f6 wins, and we're talking like, beginner breakthrough level. f6 wins 61% for white, right? 35% for black. f5 is 53-44 in white's favour. So f5 is a better move than this. Not defending the pawn at all. I don't even know what that move is called. What is that called? Oh, it's the Latvian Gambit, of course. Yeah, it's still kind of dubious anyway, but yeah. I should know that. Okay, anyway, so they play this. Now, how do you punish it the hardest? Well, it ain't bishop c4, which still wins 61% of the time. It ain't d4, which still wins 61% of the time. It ain't knight c3, perfectly respectable move, which still wins 59% of the time for white. You really can't go wrong, right? You really can't go wrong. The best move, the real proper dry pegging move, is knight takes c5, okay? Now, at this level, only 8.7% of players know this move. That's about 1 in 12. But, come with me. Strap down any soft wobbly bits, because it's going to be a rough and bumpy ride. We take the pawn. Okay? Now, black will nearly always recapture obvs. And when they do, they go down in flames. I mean, white wins 76% from here. They capture the pawn. Now, what is the point? What is the point? We've just sacrificed material. We're down a knight for a pawn. Well, it's our old friend Queen h5 check, isn't it? And how many legal moves are there? Well, I'll tell you, there's two. You have pawn to g6 blocking the check. And what is the problem with pawn to g6? Let us see. Queen takes c5 check. And we have ourselves a fork in good time. They block, you win that, you do this. You just probably block, you can play king d1, you can play bishop b2, it's all good. It's all good, right? So, g6 is horrible, but it's even slightly preferable to the move that was played in the game, which is king e7. Okay, this is now +6 for white, guys. We've given away a knight for a pawn, and we're 6 pawns up. Right? Why? Well, I'll show you why, right? There's only one move, you have to take the pawn. King now has to go to f7. This is forced, right? And now with accurate play, you just keep the pressure on. You really just put all your weight on black's throat. Bishop c4 check. Okay, so the king can't go here or here. Oops. Any of these squares. Okay, so again, well, we're forced. I mean, there is d5, which is actually slightly better. It is the only way for black to have any chance, actually, is to play d5. But seriously, it's very unlikely to happen. In fact, king g6 is played. There's only two legal moves. King g6 is played 70% of the time. Okay, so king g6, and now it's you can follow up with the queen to f5, right? Supported by the pawn, giving another check, and we have ourselves another forcing move, king h6. Okay, what's the next forcing move? Of course, move the d pawn. Discovered. Check by this bishop. Okay. And they will push g5 all the time. The only other legal move is queen g5, giving up the entire queen. In fact, queen g5 just leads to mate after queen takes queen, so there you go. This will be played. And now you need to just be cool. Sometimes, all out berserker mode is not what is required. Now what you have to do is just maximize your evil, get your evil on, right? So what is the next move? Pause and find it if you want to. Right? And we aren't giving check. What we're doing is we're playing pawn to h4, and the threat is pawn takes pawn, right? The king is in check, can't go there, is forced to here, and I mean, pawn is here. I don't know how we finish off from there, to be honest. But I'll show you what happened in the game. d6 is played, hitting the queen, doesn't matter, pawn takes pawn, okay? King g7. Queen f7 is the move. There you go. Defended by this bishop, and it's checkmate on move 11. And that, guys, is how you punish the Damiano defense. And I think we have to say defense because, dude, seriously, dumb ass. So thanks, Trav, for submitting that one. Commit it to memory, guys. Let's go through the game again, just very quickly. Okay, e4, e5. And if you ever see this, I mean, I've been told off before because I've had this in videos and I didn't know what to do, right? People in the comments are going, dude, you're a dumbass. That was a dumbass move, right? You take the pawn. They take back and it's all over. First check. Second check. King is forced here. Third check. Fourth check. Fifth check. They have to do that, and then it's pawn h4, and it's going to be mate in 2, whatever happens from this point. Okay, this point is actually mate in 9. Their best move is bishop b4 check, but I mean it's just like holding moves from that point. Take, checkmate. Okay, go over it once or twice, drill it, add it to a study if you want to. If you ever see this over the board, you should be already going, well, that's a few points for me. Okay, thanks for watching Punishing Dumbass Openings. See you next time.